There's usually two types of FPV pilots. The ones who have the high-end, top-of-the-line gear and the budget people who want a bit of value just to get out and get flying. But what if I told you there's now a third option which combines the best of both worlds?
And you're away.
G'day, my name is Stu from UAVfutures and this is the Radio Master Boxer Crush. It is set to turn some heads, and the third option when it comes, no longer do you have to get the top of the line to have some of the best features, and also it is much more closer to the budget end that we've got right here. We're going to go through the bells and the whistles, the pros, the cons. We're going to compare it to some high-end radios like JB's, TX16 and those sorts of things, these custom ones, and we'll compare it to the Pocket, and then most importantly, we're going to go through the features. We're going to take it out to the field, we're going to fly it around, and we're going to show you why, for what you can get for this price, it is actually kind of a big deal. So first things first, as a bit of an overview, let me get these out of the way, these little radios right here. I want to say this bad boy, it is about $189. Now you might say, hey, that's a lot more than the Pocket, but when you see what you've got in here, yes, it's got some pretty cool stuff, but it is significantly cheaper than some of those other custom radios I should put on the screen, you can see. So let's go through some of the features, and this is the most important one, I think, right here. We have the custom gimbals, Radio Master's AG01 gimbals, which normally by themselves are about $100 if you want to pick them up, and they have been kind of the gold standard for what people get into FPV. They want the best of the best. These gimbals are absolutely rock solid. Now they've been put into the Boxer Crush, a big one too. You can see it comes in a whole range of colors. I've got the bright pink. It's kind of cool. I shouldn't be losing that in the field. If we flip it over, some of the other things are pretty standard to the normal Boxer radios. So we've got a absolutely huge battery bay in the back. I've got mine just running on some 18650s, but you can cram in an absolutely massive pack in the back right there. It's got our little soft strap. Everything else is relatively standard in 3 position, 2 position, 3 position, 2 position. You've got a momentary and a latching switch. And honestly, Radio Master, this is one of my big problems. I really want my arm switch on here, but look, it seems like that's never going to happen. You've got a bunch of little different programmable buttons on the side, and it's running Edge TX. Now this thing, you can go up to 1 watt, which means you shouldn't be having any range issues because it's got internal ELRS. Of course, once you turn it on, you can see it's got a pretty bright screen. That stuff is fairly standard and doesn't really matter too much to me. Once I've got the goggles on and I'm flying around, I'm rarely looking at my screen unless there's a bit of an emergency. What I do want to mention though is this right here at the top. So let me just turn this off so I don't blow the radio up and get this in shot in the roof cam. Right here, we have our little radio antenna, and this is one part I would like to change. For me, this radio is almost perfect in what it's offering, except like Stickman Steve will mention later in the review, his antenna, I much prefer these ones that are sort of like a hard plastic one, which don't spin too much because I find they don't break as much. Whereas traditionally on Steve's one, he had to fix his up a few times and solder his in. So you're going to hear him talk about that. I do prefer the material strap on the back. It makes it really easy to stick to your backpack. If you've ever thought of signing up to a Patreon, we're also going to be helping support the channel, getting as many people flying as we can. So if that sounds good to you, today it might be the day that think, you know what, Stu, I like what you're doing. I will sign up. But look, that's the bench part. Here's the part you need to see. We're going to go fly it around. You're going to see what I think of it. You're going to see what Stickman Steve thinks about it as well. We're going to talk about the gimbals, the upgrades, is it worth it, all that sort of stuff. And then we come back to the studio. We've got some parts to mention of some things that you might not know about those high-end radios, which actually for me make this a better choice. So let's go do it in 3, 2, 1.
Radio out here in the, well, we're in the balcony today. We got Stickman Steve in the background as well. It is insanely windy, so I'm hoping that this microphone's doing its job. We're going to put this through its paces, the Boxer Crush, and also do a little bit of long range as well. So that's why we're up here. We're going to push it to its limits, have some fun, and find out what Steve thinks as well, and compare it to his radio, because you've got the original Boxer. I do. All right, let's do it. First things first, when the radio's in your hand, it does feel like a really high quality radio. Like I mentioned in the part, I love the colors and things like that. Radio Master, please, for us, I guess, non-lizard people, put the arm switch on the correct side on the Crush. But let's do it. Let's go for a rip. You'll notice too, I'm using these goggles because even though, look, I do have my X goggles downstairs, I've really been enjoying these. And we've got some videos you should be able to see somewhere as well. So let's plug it in. Cruise around the property first. I do have a pretty gentle camera angle at the moment, I should mention. But I have flown this drone an awful lot, which makes it very easy for me to compare. Again, the box goggles are performing brilliantly. All right, So I do notice it's a little bit bigger than my pocket radio, and I can feel that. And I think if you're a pinching pilot, you're probably really going to enjoy this. The gimbals themselves, it's a very hard comparison, I guess, to make to something like the Pocket, because they really are better, but you don't need to do an upgrade like this for anything. If you're going to be doing even if you're just getting into the hobby, you can have an amazing time without needing these gimbals. However, you can feel a certain quality that comes with them. Now look, I am cruising out over here. I'm out over the farm at the moment and I'm getting perfect video. My link quality is still 100% and it is crazy windy. Do I dare fly? Normally I would feel uncomfortable doing this. Can you see where the drone is out there? I'm basically doing a stupid thing. I'm testing a radio over the two massive dams out there. What I will do, I'll go to the back all the way out here and we're going to watch our link quality. We're still on like 99, 100. Okay, I want to turn around because I'm freaking out. That's way more comfortable than I normally am happy with flying. However, I got to say, I didn't have any scares. It's just me being a scaredy cat. But as far as like the trust that I just got that from doing a little test like that is amazing. I'm going to fly behind myself just a little bit. Of course, ELRS, it's sort of like the go-to system nowadays. I do really, really like it. It's easy to get set up. Would I get this over my normal Pocket? There's the dog right there. Look, I like the Pocket for being able to just rip around anywhere, but if I was going to be doing a serious long-range mission or something and you wanted to spend a little bit of extra cash and have a top-of-the-line radio, this is going to serve a lot of people. Ooh. I'm going to do one more little range test. I'm watching my battery voltage as I'm just cruising out here.
So when you
oh man, you scared me. You scared me so much talking behind me. All right, I am out over the mangroves, man.
How's that video holding up?
100% perfect.
Even over through the
like honestly, I'll put the DVR on the screen, but not even a blip. That wind, which way it's pushing me. It is kind of windy when you get up high. But all right, I'm going to bring it in. We're going to see what Stickman Steve thinks. Again, that arm switch is going to freak me out because I am not used to it. Steve, do you know where the arm switch is?
Should be on the left, mate.
Do you want to be able to help me? If I'm not going to go near us, when we're safe and over the balcony, do you reckon you could hit the arm switch for me? All right, because I've got to get some precision flying right here. All right. Lucky I did that. Did I flick that or did you?
No, I did.
This one? Did I tell you it was this one?
No. I said on the left.
Nah, that's not the arm
Oh,
switch.
see?
Yeah, see, lucky I flicked that. All right, bit of communication we've got right there. Anyway, look, my impressions on the Boxer, the Crush version, that was pretty good. I was really happy with it. It's obviously not made for that as easy transport as the Pocket, but what we'll do, we'll hand it over to Stickman Steve and get his impressions on what he thinks. Radio Steve, sorry about the wind.
Oh, good.
I don't know if you've used these sort of gimbals before.
No, never fully CNC.
Okay,
No.
so this should be a very interesting comparison because everything else is very similar. Would you have any impressions or anything that you think about this radio?
No, I held it up before to the original Boxer. The only aesthetics is the colour, and the only real difference I could find is the gimbals. Everything else seems same antenna, which I don't personally like.
Okay. We've spoken about that before too. You
have,
had some
yeah.
issues with your
Yeah.
original one and you wanted to switch. What do you wish you had instead?
Like a folding antenna. So, for example, Radio Master Pocket has
Yep.
that little folding antenna, or the Jumper T.
Actually, hang on.
You got them there?
And we're back. So you mean like an antenna like that style?
Exactly like that. Yep.
Okay.
Just folds out of the way, no issues at all.
Yep.
The I believe it's the Jumper T20 model, perhaps has the same thing, but it actually folds even more, feels more robust than these.
Okay.
So I saw some guys on Tube somewhere doing conversion, putting these antennas on the Boxer because of the reason that these little T antennas are so flimsy. I've
So you
broken mine.
don't
I've
like? Would
resoldered
you be
mine.
happy that you can never replace it, but it's like basically hardwired in there, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So these go down to an SMA UFL connection to the board anyway. So
Yep.
if you do bugger it up completely, you've got to pull it apart. Same as these.
Okay.
But yeah, I just prefer that.
That little. I think I like this style
Yep,
too. All right.
100%.
Should we put it through its paces? You ready to do some long range out to here?
I don't want to lose my favourite quad.
It's not. It's my quad.
It's my favourite quad.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
Favourite quad and it's not even mine.
I know. Look, just I'm going to say go for it. Like, that's what this is about.
Yeah, I'll send it.
I know you will, so I'm the nervous one.
So Maddie split from Stu's balcony.
No, I want you to just test this radio out. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
I'm the nervous one. So let's do it. Your arm switch is this one, unfortunately for you. So anyway, let's do it. Goggles down. You got some recording happening? And you're away. Anyway, I see you doing a little flip there.
Yep.
Talk to me. What are you trying to do? Is this why you're staying close, just to get used to the radio before you test out its range and things like that?
Yeah, and the goggles. So I wore these goggles the other day with you, and they're awesome.
Yep.
But just taking a little bit of time to adjust focally to them. But the radio itself, mate, feels exactly like my other one, just slightly better gimbals.
Did you feel like you can notice? That's probably something people really want to know. Do you feel like you can notice a difference having those gimbals?
Mate, I honestly, if you just put my radio in my hand, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Okay.
No, not at all. But mine doesn't look hot pink. I love the hot pink.
I don't even know where you're flying to.
Oh, I'm halfway over that.
Oh, you know, I can see. You're way out there near the top of those trees.
Yeah, man.
All right.
I'm staying away from the water though.
Okay. Are you getting any range issues in the radio? Like the goggles,
Nah.
they can see the DVR. What about your link quality?
Nah,
Any problems?
100% all the way. I'm not familiar with 6S either. What's my voltage range?
Like 21. I just saw you do a flip over the mangroves out there.
Yeah, don't worry about what I'm doing.
21, 22. All right, I'm going to focus on you because it is making me nervous. It's crazy windy as well.
It is. This is fine, man.
You like the colour?
I do like the colour. I do like the look of the gimbals too, but honestly, I don't think I would spring for the extra cash.
Okay.
So we did that quick little bit of research before about the cost, right?
Yeah, I'm going to say about $200 for this.
I reckon you're on the money, yeah. But over the standard boxer, I don't really see the point. If you got the cash to splash, why not?
Yep.
If you've been using the same old dodgy radio forever and you just want something nice and fresh, why not?
Do you like this form factor over, say, the Pocket, if you were going to be flying all the time, or you prefer something a little bit smaller?
Nah, honestly, mate, the Pocket and the Boxer are my go-tos. For the micros, I travel a lot for work, as you know, so the Pocket just fits in anywhere. Gets the same sort of range for the flying I'm doing, and I can still pinch with it. But
I'm just filming the quad.
Yeah, you're
right here, but yeah, okay. Yep.
The Boxer for everything else, I love it. It's just robust.
If you're going to be doing a bit of a long range mission, what would you choose?
Boxer.
Right.
It's got that full 1 watt transmission.
And that's if it is $199. It might be different at the time of release.
Yeah, but just in terms of what you get for the money, then you go all the way up to the Boxer Max, which is what, $260 US?
Yep.
And that's got everything CNC. So if you're just going to spring for the CNC gimbals, why not go the whole way?
Well, I kind of feel like the part that is important to have, not just looking flashy, but feeling good is the actual gimbals. I couldn't really care less if this was made out of tofu or a hard plastic or metal, as long as it still feels the same in my hand.
It does, yeah.
But the gimbals, I think, will make a difference for some pilots out there. Maybe not your everyday pilot, but like some...
Well, that's me, mate, and honestly, I can't tell.
Yep.
Yeah, you could put my radio on my hand right now, I wouldn't know.
Okay. All right, I'm going to do you want me to disarm for you?
I'm going to do it downstairs.
No, because then I've got to talk about the drone. You can do it, I'll get the arm switch. You tell me when you want me to disarm.
Well, you'll see it.
No, because I'm watching you.
What do you mean? Yep.
Whoa, that was a solid landing.
Perfect landing, mate. Perfect.
Okay, all right. Wait there. You don't need the quad. Steve.
Hey.
Thoughts about this bad boy? $200 or $199 at tentatively. Would you upgrade from your current Boxer?
No.
Do you like these gimbals?
I do. Like if that was the only option, or if I broke one, I'd probably upgrade. Why not?
Yes.
But would I rush out and pay the extra just for these gimbals? Personally, no. A lot of guys would love them. A lot of guys just love spending money to have the nice stuff too, and that's cool. But personally, you could have put mine in my hands, I wouldn't have known.
All right, so you take the budget version Boxer over this one?
Yeah, it does the same thing. Everything else is the same. I do love the colour. I wish they'd make cases that we can just put all our stuff in.
Yep. I wonder if you can buy the cases separate. You should probably be able to swap those out anyway, though.
Because
so
the Pocket,
you
can.
They did do that with the Pocket,
Yep.
offered some thumbs up, thumbs down, or in the middle?
Oh, same as the Boxer, thumbs up, mate.
All right.
Love them.
Too easy.
Okay.
I'll be back. Let me just go grab one thing. Important too for like this review, just to get Steve's impressions. I didn't want to tell him this bit at the start. Would you upgrade your gimbals? He's sort of looking at me in the hand. So these are yours. What? There's a nice little present. There's some upgrades. So they're the Radio Master gimbals that are in this.
No way.
For your boxer. So,
Dude.
puffed.
He's running up the stairs.
I just ran up the stairs to go and get this.
Go do some cardio.
I'm out of breath. But yes, but I think that's really important. Would you upgrade if you had the choice? Like, you don't have to take these. Would you take the upgrade?
Well, definitely, man.
If it was the same price, but if you went out and purchased it, what would you choose?
If I was purchasing a radio,
yep,
I'd just go the normal one.
Okay.
Personally, if I break one of these or whatever,
yep,
then yeah, I'd upgrade because you have to replace them anyway.
Yep. All right. Yes.
I've never used AGO ones or whatever before, so a lot of people might be watching this thinking, "Oh, you don't know." No,
sure.
I don't know.
No, that's the perfect comparison because
yeah.
you've had this. You've upgraded to those, and I really like, this is what's important for me, like just getting that through, those impressions, letting everyday pilots know what it's like. So I think that's really good where Steve, I can just get his impressions, he tells it like it is. And even though you wouldn't go out and buy them, they're for you, brother.
Cheers, man.
I'll put them down. Anyway, let's jump back because we've got some important things we need to talk about as well.
There is a couple of things that you need to know. First thing I want to say, there's nothing wrong. If you just want to spend $64 on the Radio Master Pocket, it's an absolute amazing radio. It's my go-to radio. I take it everywhere. It's not going to be as long range as this. The gimbals don't feel as nice as this, but it's so easy to transport. This really is my radio of choice. I did a little video. You can see my beginner guide up there, plus what I use all the time. If you're one of those people who wants to buy an expensive radio, there is some things that I believe this does better than those extreme high-end versions like JB ones and some of the other signature ones, because this has the awesome gimbals. It's about 80 bucks cheaper. Those other ones do have like some metal faceplates and that. However, if you leave this radio in the sun, if you've got a metal faceplate, it's going to get extremely hot. And on the flip side, if you are absolutely somewhere flying where it's really cold, that is going to wick away a lot of heat from your hands. So I got to say, this is where it's at for me. I like the value to price, like this third option. It's giving us the best of both worlds. It is value. It's got all the bells and whistles. Well, some of the bells and whistles are the top end, and it's not going to break the bank. And also the colors, I got to say, they're absolutely awesome. It's about time we got some nice looking radios. Now, if you're not sure, check this video on my Pocket One. Finally, my only complaint when it comes to this radio, I have three things. One relatively significant, one pretty minor, and one absolutely like minuscule. It barely makes a difference. The first thing I would like to change, the antenna. I want one of these stronger mounts that's like on the Radio Master Pocket and those sorts of things. I like that. That's the antenna mount that I want. Steve had some issues with this type. I would like that to be changed in the future. Number two, which is not really significant to most pilots, I would just like the option to be able to switch this out to an arm switch instead of a momentary. For me, I'm one of those weird people who has my arm switch on the right because that's just how it's supposed to be. And the third one, if you turn this on, you can see we've got a little LED in the middle, and this only applies to the hot pink version. When it is charging, I had to double check and turn the lights out and make sure I could see, because the light that lights up to let you know that it's charging is kind of the same color as the plastic, so it doesn't stand out so much. But honestly, that is like neither here nor there. If you're on the fence about what radio to get, it's definitely a solid option. And if you're interested in just starting FPV, this video right here is one of the best ways you can start in 2024.